Kirby Lockett, CEO of Cream City Boxing.
My name is William Leatherwood, and I am an amateur fighter.
I'm Nick Fisher.
Tauron Fisher.
And we're members at Cream City Boxing.
My name is Michael Hagler, aka Big Mike, and I'm a member at Cream City Boxing. Milwaukee, oh my God, you know, it's crazy out here. I done lost my little brother. I done lost my uncle to these streets. I feel like coming to Cream City is a safe zone, you know. You're around some positive people that's just trying to get ahead, you know. So that's why I come to Cream City.
We've looked at options, especially for, to get hair training was the first priority. And then I work in the area, so I drive past this area, and I always knew the old location was sort of out of the way, but as soon as I saw the sign come up here, we made it a point to stop in. So.
The big old Cream City sign, you know, when I seen that, I wanted to know what Cream City was about, and I found out it was a boxing gym, so I came in, met some good people here, and that's how I got started with boxing.
In 2012, after I got released from prison, I was planning on doing Muay Thai fighting, but instead I saw the boxing gym, so I went inside and signed up.
Cream City Boxing was established in 2007 in my garage at my house, and then we were relocated to a facility in 2009 on 35th and Villard Avenue in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was sent to St. Louis when I was 12 and 13 years old. I was a bad kid. You know, I grew up in St. Charles Boys Home, and so they sent me down there with my mom thinking that that'd work out something. She sent me to the boxing gym. It was a friend of the family, uncle. I don't even know who he is to this day. You know, I don't know if he related or not, but he tried to work with me, but the problem was I didn't want to be there. Again, if you don't want to be somewhere, you know, you're not gonna really pick up anything. My friends would be outside, and I'd be looking out the window at them, and I'd hit the back door. You know, so boxing wasn't for me, but the concept and the idea of learning something always been inside me. You know, I mean, I don't care if it's learning how to fix cars or learning how to, you know, fly a plane. If it's something you want to do, you would do it.
I've been interested in boxing and combat sports for years and years, but I never really thought I could have the time and, patience to get going into it. So I've been boxing for about 2 years now, on and off. So we took a little break, but then came across Cream City roughly 6 months ago. And we stopped in on a Saturday, and Coach Price was here, and Sarah said, come check it out. So we brought her in, and it was something everyone agreed on.
Marvin Hagler, you know. I was like, man, he got the same last name as me. And my granddad used to say, man, you need to box, Growing up, you know, on 14th to Atkinson, I used to get into a lot of street fights and stuff like that. My granddad used to always influence me to go box, but I never did. But me being older, having kids, you know, I realized there's a lot of, shooting going on and stuff like that. And I don't want my kids to, pick up a gun. So I take my kids to the boxing gym with me and show them like, hey, you see daddy fighting, y'all can do the same thing. So that's why I'm boxing now.
Cream City actually helped me with my anger management problems because I got a quick, fast temper, and that's how I got in trouble. So by being here, it helped me control my anger and helped me stay disciplined. Plus meeting other people who've been fighting for years, and they actually helping me as a fighter to grow within myself also.
I think Tauron been around at least, she's been coming here at least about 8 months. She's getting better and better, she's really committed to it. I wish some of the older guys was committed to it as much as she's committed to it. I call her Terrible Tauron, or Tor. you know. Still haven't found the right nickname for it, but she's ready.
With any sport, with anything, you sort of need to commit to something. So this is, I think, not just about boxing, it's about just doing something, and something positive. You know, there's a lot of people that come in here and people are like, why do you come all the way out here? What are you doing here? Like, but it's the people, it's real, you know, it's something that we enjoy. You know, Tauron just tries to sort of be a good example to any kid who steps in here, you know, they say, oh, she can do that, you know, like any parent who drops their kid off, they think, oh, you know, and it doesn't take much, it just takes commitment and a lot of support from the mom, you know. I couldn't have done anything if it wasn't for that, you know. It all comes from at home. You need it at home, then you can carry it over here. But if you don't have the support at home, you know, it's almost, you know, harder to even try to do it. So.
Yeah, Michael Hagler, yeah, you know, he's a real popular guy around Milwaukee. He hosts a lot of different events. Another individual that came to us just to want to work out and learn how to box. And he's another person that's, you know, progressing really good at this boxing game. You know, I give him, you know, I think he's ready to fight now. You know, again, it's his choice, his decision, you know. So we don't force nobody or pressure nobody when it's time for them to step up. But yeah, he's been a great asset to Cream City Boxing, and we're looking forward to working with him and his organization in the future to do bigger and better things.
Well, there's two things that motivated me. First was my son, you know what I'm saying? Right now he fighting hemophilia. You know, every day he got to get medicine. He has severe hemophilia. And, you know, I bring my sons here to see me fight, you know, fight other members here at Cream City, you know. So, and the second reason was the people that's here, you know, it's some people here that push you, you know what I'm saying, to get you to the point that you want to be. So when I seen them going hard, you know, it made me want to go hard.
We call him AKA Will, AKA Kill Will, AKA Mighty Mouse. You know, they got so many different names. From Kill Will been with us, William been with us for, since the beginning of Cream City Boxing. No, not the beginning, but since '09, almost the beginning. Dedicated fighter, college student, father, you know, great father to his son, little E-Money. Again, his dedication to this game and to Cream City and his loyalty to Cream City, you know, I just wish everyone had that type of dedication, you know. He's an open fighter now. I think William has about 12, 13 fights. He fight, I think, February 10th and February 16th, 2018. Great individual, you know. Like I say, it's a lot of, I've seen cats come from the streets, come to the gym, and next thing you know, they end up learning how to be men, you know, going to school, going to the military, you know, doing things like that. And like Will is a great example of that, of just going to school, finishing, you know, getting his degrees and making things happen.
With boxing, I was just doing it for fun, just to release all what I was going through, just release it and just see how it go. Like some people, they told me I should go pro, but to me, it's like if I would have did it when I was younger, then I would have thought about it going pro. But right now, I'm just doing it for fun, and right now I just got one kid, so my mindset is basically taking care of him and just trying to be successful in life.
But over the years, I have learned a whole lot about boxing and constantly learning more about boxing, because it's constantly different styles. If you meet a coach that already say they know everything, I would tell you to switch gyms, because you don't know everything about this game. You know, you might have you don't know every style. You don't know, you know, everybody's body movement. You know, you always have to grow with this, and you always have to learn with this.
Coach Kirby, he's great. You know, we never really knew coming out here what, you know, we would be welcomed with or this or that, but he really just took the family in. You know, he understood that we want to help him help create a good gym. We want to have a good atmosphere. You know, every day someone different walks in here and he tells them how it is. He explains that you can be here and it's a good place to be. You know, he doesn't want any trouble. He doesn't want people getting in trouble out on the streets, bringing here. He doesn't want to train people to get in trouble out there. So it's really, you know, it's amazing what he can do out here with, you know, the community. and people who stick by them and whatnot?
Right now, I just plan on to continue to train with some great members here to get better. And by the end of the year, I want to be able to have my first fight. I mean, I'm telling y'all, like, the members here is amazing. And I know training with them, I'm gonna be ready. So wherever I fight, watch out.
I really want to go Olympics, so probably the Olympics. And like, cause when I'm little, how my dad said, when you start younger and you grow, you can be really good. So probably, yeah, Olympics.
So if she has all qualifications by the time she's 18, it'll be 20, 28 for the Summer Olympics, depending on where it is and all that. You know, there's a lot of things that qualify for that. You have to win national championships. You have to, you know, get somewhere. So it's going to be a lot of experiences, you know, from here on out. You know, whenever she's ready, we see something pop up in Texas. Looks like the family's going to Texas. You know, it's going to take a lot of commitment to get on that level. Because once you get there, you want to be ready for it. So I'm hoping, you know, we can just ease into it as she gets older, and the more she wants to go and grow, we just keep going. So.
Well, one thing about each individual that comes through here, Mike Hagler, William Leatherwood, Tauron Fisher, you know, they have a journey. They have a path that they're on. If they stick with this certain path that they're on, we will always support them, which the direction they're going in. You know, I have faith in everyone that comes through the doors in their boxing. If they train hard and do it hard, I have faith they can go as far as they want to take it. You know, again, this might sound kind of weird, but I really don't want anybody to be a professional boxer. I mean, if you become great at this, I mean, that's the path that you're on. We're gonna support you. But I want you to take different directions. I want you to have something to fall back on. You know, I want you to go to college. I want you to probably choose the military. I want you to probably choose, if you have to, just a good job out there, become a great person, you know. But it's all about the journey that they're on and the path that they take. And with that path or journey, Cream City Boxing as a whole would try to support them as much as possible.